I was going through a phase. People were shooting at me while I had my kid. And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole fucking life. Just, I give them a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all, people.
Stay here. Come here.
I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me who if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you in contempt.
You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue.
You got 5 minutes?
This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my notes. No.
I need some drugs, narcotic. Like, she keep asking the same questions.
From Judge Glanville getting himself kicked off the case to lawyers arguing with witnesses, these are some of the most heated moments of the YSL trial. Throughout this trial, most of the key witnesses that the state brought in are terrible. They didn't want to be there and had no problem letting it be known. Like when Adrian Bean told the court he was high and they were ruining his life by making him testify.
Can I get the water or something? I'm so high right now, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep on y'all now. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. I've been telling y'all, people constantly hit me with this, keep constantly asking me this and that and third about what's going on in 2013 or whatever. I don't remember. I don't know nothing about 2013. All I can tell you is y'all got my name on a recorder, my phone number on a recorder. These people threatening me. They calling my phone, Yana. I don't lost my job. I can't continue to keep going on like this. I don't remember nothing from 2013, sir.
And Lil Woody couldn't catch a break during his testimony, like when he told the judge he was losing sleep over this trial.
Can I go?
Yes, be back here at 9 in the morning.
I don't get no sleep, Judge. Can I come like at 10, 11?
Sorry.
After days of the state asking him the same questions over and over, he eventually snapped.
You said yes, so I'm asking you, what do you remember?
Cause I keep telling you I don't remember. You keep asking me questions, so I'm just saying yes.
Okay, are you saying yes, that's what you told Detective Gaither?
I know I ain't complete school, but I think I'm speaking proper English. I told you, I don't recall nothing I said to no police. You keep sitting right here asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. I'm tired of it. I'm drained.
But this wasn't his only time going off on the state.
Did you speak with him over the phone?
Speak who over the phone?
Little D.
When?
In any time.
Yeah.
Since you've known him. How often would you speak with him on the phone?
Whenever I felt like it.
Okay, so was that every day? Was that once a week?
Whenever I felt like it.
Okay, so was that every day? Was that once a week?
Whole time.
And I understand until you answer the question, I'm gonna have to ask you again. So was that every day? Was that weekly? Was that monthly? What was it?
I don't know.
He also got angry when they asked him why he told on Thug during his interrogations.
So it may seem like I'm trying to help Thug out. I'm not trying to help him out. I don't care nothing about him, what he got going on, nothing. I was going through a phase in my life, and I have put all the blame on him. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he got going on. Leave me out of this. I made all these stories up, put the blame on him to get myself out of the situation because the police told me they want a big fish and I'm a little fish. So when they told me that, my only motive was to convince them that I'm telling the truth about this guy right here and I'm lying.
And when they kept asking him if he told the truth in any of his past interrogations, he snapped again.
So my question to you...
Hey, I'm not done talking because you keep asking me and I keep telling you I made these things up. I told the police anything to get them off of me. I was going through a phase. People were shooting at me while I had my kid. And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole fucking life. Judge, I give them a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all.
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
The state prosecutor slipped up and called Woody Detective Woody, and he didn't take it too lightly. He immediately went off, telling her to correct herself.
Do you recall telling Detective Copeland?
Detective who?
Excuse me, Detective Copeland. Detective Curry.
Now I'm a detective.
Or was it? I made a mistake. Talking about Detective Mr. Copeland. I'm about to ask you a question.
And when she brought up his bald head, he thought she was trying to be funny.
About how old were you all when you took this picture?
I don't know.
Do you have hair on your head when you take this picture?
What you
when you took the picture?
It looked like I got hair on my head.
Okay. How long ago have you been bald?
When another witness, Antrevia Smith, took the stand, you can just tell she didn't want to be there from the get-go.
When you were dating, did Shell stay at your house sometimes?
He visit. He didn't stay.
Did he ever hide out at your house?
He visit. I just answered your question.
I understand. Did you ever tell police that Shell had been hiding?
Objection, Your Honor.
I just answered your question.
Speculation.
But after a while, she was over it. She started to lean back in her chair and got even more snarky with her responses.
A video wherein Antonio Sledge was talking to the camera.
It's all on social media. Y'all play it, so of course I seen it.
All right. Could you speak into the...
It's on social media. Of course I seen it.
Now, when you say it's on social media, of course you've seen it. What are you talking about?
The video that you're talking about. The trial is on social media.
Okay.
The state eventually just asked her if she wanted to be there, and she straight up told them no.
And to be fair, do you have any desire to be here today?
No.
Okay.
Nobody liked these prosecutors. One witness that goes by Moon 2 even told her to stop treating him like a kid.
It was the lawyer for your friend, Mr. Kendrick, here in court with you. You can answer first, and I will let you explain. But I need you to answer yes or no.
But could you stop yelling at me like I'm your child or something? I'm not your child.
You are not.
You talking aggressive to me. You don't intimidate me. I'm not scared of them, are you?
I don't want you to be.
Well, that's what you acting like it. That's what you acting like you're trying to pay.
So do you want me to bring my voice down? And I apologize
don't
if it
holler at
sounds
me.
like
I
I'm
ain't your
yelling.
child. Could I take a break? Y'all talk.
Another witness, Quindarius Zachary, more known as QZ, was called to the stand a few days later. He started off hot, trolling the prosecutor, asking if he had to speak back.
Good afternoon, Mr. Zachary. How are you? Mr. Zachary, hello.
I gotta speak back.
Yes, you're gonna have to answer questions.
You said question, not speak back, but hey, how you doing?
Then he acted like he didn't know anyone in the room.
Do you know any of the persons in the courtroom today?
Nah.
None of them?
Nope.
Let me ask you this. Do you know Shannon Stillwell?
Yeah.
Do you not see him in the courtroom today?
I can't see. I just got to the hospital. You know that. I can't see that far.
All right. Do you need some glasses, mister?
If they got medicine in it, they don't work for me.
But eventually he caved in and said he knew Thug for about 15 years.
Are you familiar with the person by the name of Jeffrey Williams, who also answers to the name Young Thug?
Yeah.
How long have you known him?
15 years.
Do you consider him your friend?
Yeah, all right.
And the relationship with him that you have had, has it been good, bad, something in the middle?
It's all right.
All right. Now, when you say all right, does that mean you all have had no disagreements during the time that you've known him?
Everybody has disagreement.
I agree. Would you consider him a friend?
Yeah, all right.
He wasn't giving the state answers that they wanted, though. When they asked him about his relationship with multiple people, he just kept saying, they aight.
Do you know of a person named Kenneth Copeland?
Nickname?
Woody.
Yeah.
Are you cool with Woody?
He all right.
What does he all right mean?
He cool, he all right.
Okay. What about Diamante Kendrick, Yak Gotti? You know him?
Yeah, he all right.
All right. And is that the same he all right that you mentioned with Mr. Williams and Mr. Stillwell?
Yeah.
All right.
And when they asked him about the snake emoji in one of his old posts, he made up dumb answers, saying it's a green rubber duck.
No, I look like a little green rubbery ducky.
Do you typically use green rubbery duckies?
I use green anything.
What's special about green to you?
I drink green lean.
And when they asked him about another caption in one of his posts, he started rapping the song that it was about.
You did that.
That's a song. I just told you on the last thing it probably was a song.
What was the name of that song?
For whatever you want, we bring the homicide word to my mama, told her to get it, not the game is like coming out of a
What's
coma.
the name of the song?
I don't know the name, that Lil Wayne song though.
Okay.
And when the state asked QZ about a gray Infinity linked to Nut's death, he gave them even more dumb answers.
What kind of car was it that you rode in with Ruby on January the 9th at night?
It was a car.
Was it a silver four-door car?
I think like dark gray or something like that. I don't remember.
And just like Woody, he told them everything he said in the past interviews with detectives were lies.
Did investigator Aether ask you who Thug allowed to drive the Infinity?
Yes.
Did you ever tell them Nard, Yak, Shannon, and Dua?
Oh, I lied.
I'm asking you if you ever told them.
If I did, I lied.
Do you remember telling them that?
If I did, I lied.
I'm asking you a different question.
Yes, I lied.
You remember telling them that?
Yes, I lied.
Okay.
QZ was getting pretty frustrated at this point. He just started making things up and didn't even try to make it seem believable. Like when the state asked him about Rock Crew and he said it was an R&B group.
What kind of group was Rock Crew?
A R&B group.
An R&B group?
Yeah.
What kind of music, what kind of songs did they put out?
A lot.
Okay, which ones?
I don't remember that joint over 13 years ago.
And when they asked him about YSL, he flipped the question back on them.
So do you have to be signed to YSL to be YSL?
You gotta ask them that.
I'm asking you.
I don't know, I'm not YSL.
Then why do you call yourself YSL Lil D?
I was a groupie. I was a fan, yes.
QZ even hinted that his dad and the prosecutor were messing around at one point.
Did you tell your father to tell us you weren't gonna come?
My father, he grown man, he tell you what he wanna tell you. I ain't telling that.
Were you with him when he said you weren't gonna come?
No.
Do you know whether he offered to call anybody?
You wanna get my dad up here?
I want to talk to you.
Okay. I know you wanna get him up here.
Why?
You know why.
Why?
You know why.
Tell the jury why.
You know why.
And his family didn't waste any time capitalizing off this moment. The next day, his dad had merch saying, "You want me to get my daddy up in here?" When the prosecutor asked QZ how he knew Detective Gaither, his answer wasn't exactly what she was looking for.
You know who Detective Gaither is?
Yes.
How do you know who Detective Gaither is? Have you met her before?
The Meek Young Goddess and auntie were fucking her. I mean, excuse me, Judge, but they had a relationship.
And when they told him they would be holding him up in the hotel until the next day of trial, his response wasn't too nice.
The best thing to do in the meantime is over the weekend to just put you up in a hotel room somewhere. You can, I know it's not awesome, but well, because there are certain members of your family who seem very determined to have you not finish testifying.
I'm a grown man. If I ain't want to testify, I'd sit in jail. Jail ain't letting me.
Well,
I did 19 years.
Before QZ left the stand for the day, he fired his lawyer, claiming that he was working for the other side.
I don't want that lawyer no more.
You don't want that lawyer.
Why you working for them?
All right. Well, when you come back on Monday, it may be that you want a lawyer. You don't feel like you need any kind of lawyer whatsoever. So what if things change on Monday?
I don't need no lawyer.
All right.
And he started the next day off wild. He told the state he's angry because he couldn't get his drugs and he's going through withdrawals.
You seem a little bit more relaxed today.
I'm angry today. Y'all got me caged in the house. Y'all damn near got my mama like she locked up. Like can't leave the house, can't do none of that. Like,
and that makes you angry with the state, right?
I'm going through withdrawals, yes. I'm angry.
He even started to use the court computer while prosecutors were trying to ask him questions.
Have you ever heard of Denise Bell as it relates to, are you typing something on the computer? Mr. Zachary, what you typing on the computer?
I don't know.
Judge, computer alone. Don't touch it.
And when they offered him some water, he said he needed drugs instead.
I need some drugs, narcotic. Like, I got chronic care issues, you know that. She keep asking the same questions.
QZ was clearly over testifying at this point. Eventually, he just started answering everything with, "I don't know," without even paying attention to the questions.
Did you tell the police that Moontook didn't want you to ride with them? Do you remember where you were seated in the car that you were in with Moontook?
I don't remember.
Do you remember telling the police that you were seated in the back seat after they asked you where you were seated? Do you remember telling the police you didn't have anything to do with the shooting?
I don't remember.
Or didn't have to do anything at the shooting?
Then, after the prosecutor asked him to demonstrate how you would hold and shoot two guns at the same time, he straight up told her no.
How do you hold a 7.62 and a 7.23 and shoot them both at the same time?
Easy.
How?
Easy.
Show the jury.
I ain't showing no jury that, man.
Your Honor, would the court please instruct the witness to show the jury?
You're saying you can do it, so show the jury how it will be done.
I don't know how to do it.
And he even hinted that he was messing around with her himself.
Do you remember who dropped you off?
You did.
After okay, I did.
Yeah.
Did you tell the police I did?
I ain't want them to know we were messing around.
Okay, you did. Okay.
After a long day of questioning, QZ said he was in pain and claimed the state was violating his rights by making him testify.
You keep asking me the same question up here, in pain, chest on head. That's illegal. I don't know about my rights, but I'm pretty sure y'all violating them. Okay, I'm allergic to Tylenol.
And another witness just kept asking why he had to be there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is I'm here? This is not my case. They got nothing, I don't know why I'm even here, man. You feel me?
I understand you, sir. I just been asking you some questions.
I don't even supposed to be here. Why is I'm here?
I just wanted to ask you, do you know what that street is on the bottom?
What they got to do with me?
I'm just asking you if you know the streets.
I don't even supposed to be here. I just keep asking you the same thing.
Do you know that street on the bottom, 54 Bravo?
Yeah, but what it got to do with me?
What street is it?
You see what it say? It say John Boy Road.
He even said he'd rather just go back to jail than testify.
I don't supposed to be here.
Do you recognize 64 Bravo, sir?
I don't supposed to be here. I supposed to be in Chang'an prison. I don't even know why I'm here. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't even know why I'm here.
That's right. Why do you not want to talk here?
Cause this don't have nothing to do with me. This is not my case. I'm already doing a 10-year bid. That I'm doing 2 armed robberies and hijacking. This don't have nothing to do with me.
I understand that, Mr. White. Specifically, just with that photograph.
I don't supposed to be here. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that.
But the lady judge you saw in these clips earlier wasn't always the judge for this case. It was previously Judge Glanville, but he had a really short temper and was on a power trip the entire time he was over this case, leading to him getting kicked off. Like when he put someone out for chewing gum.
Excuse me, Miss Love. Madam in the black, get rid of your gum. Remove yourself from my courtroom and get rid of your gum. In the earrings, yes, you, get rid of your gum.
Or one moment when he got angry at a defense lawyer for telling him that he heard Woody saying he wasn't going to testify.
I know that they did know that he was going to take the fifth because I heard it said outside right before I walked into court.
Then why didn't you as an officer of the court tell me before we took his testimony?
I told Mr. Steele.
No. Why didn't you as an officer of this court tell me?
Well, then that's my...
I got a problem with you now.
Well, that's fine. I mean...
I got a problem with you now.
Well,
I would suggest you don't say any more.
I've already said it.
Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, also had many heated moments with Glanville. Like when Brian said that the state deleted footage of a detective forcing a witness to lie on Thug's name about a shooting that happened in 2015.
And why is Adrian Bean telling me, yeah, the police wanted Young Thug involved in this case? And on that same recording, Adrian Bean is telling his wife, they gave us a story to tell. And Adrian Bean tells me with investigator Martin that story to tell happened at the hospital. And this is the second time that police officers' statements are totally wiped out or changed.
But when the state fought it, claiming that Brian had no evidence that this conversation between the detective and witness ever happened, Glanville just blindly believed them.
Judge, that's just it. Mr. Steele is literally manufacturing evidence. There is no other statement. Let me be real clear, because he keeps conflating stuff. Adrian Bean never told Detective Quinn that he made a statement at the hospital.
Thug's lawyer and Judge Glanville went back and forth for a while about this, and things got pretty heated.
This gentleman tells me on recording that he was at the hospital speaking with law enforcement. It is backed up because on recording, Detective Quinn and Mr. Bean are talking about the statement that Mr. Bean made prior.
Okay, but here's the thing. You've asked me for it. I've asked them. If it comes up later or I find out it's sitting someplace that was in possession of the state, then we'll have some problems.
I'm telling you, the statement was made.
It doesn't work that way, Mr. Steele. I'm sorry.
It does work that way.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't. And you haven't presented any case law to tell me how to do that. And I'm telling you, if you do that, it's misconduct.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't know what you're telling me. I'm not.
I am telling you, you have no good faith basis to this point in time to ask that question right now or to intimate that.
But after Brian brought out clear evidence that proved the judge and state wrong, Glanville didn't even apologize for being so biased.
Okay, so 2 more officers that was just around, you know what I'm saying? Who's in the hospital? You're in the what? I was in the hospital.
Stop. All right, run it back, please.
This sent the lawyer over the edge, and he went off, requesting that Glanville remove himself from the trial.
I sat right in front of Your Honor at the bench, and I said, I'd be careful what you say. It's not accurate. Ms. Love looked down on me, and she said, it is accurate. You said, we'll take a break, figure it out. After the break, you didn't even bat an eye. You did nothing. You didn't even ask Ms. Love to apologize. I don't want her apology. I don't care about Ms. Love, but I care about the court. You're yelling at me in front of a jury for nothing, and then you won't apologize. And I did nothing wrong. I make a motion to ask you to please recuse yourself. I know it has to be in writing within 5 days. If you want me to do that, I'll do it, and that's to go to another judge. But this is what's going on, Your Honor, whether you see it or not.
And later on, the state even tried flipping it on Brian, claiming that he was hiding fouls too. This sent Brian on a long rant, saying how despite loving his job, this circus of a trial makes him not even look forward to coming back to work anymore.
And if I get another false allegation and you do nothing, I'm shocked. I gave the state everything. I don't care. I don't care. I've done this for 33 years. Professionalism is lacking with one lawyer here. It has never been. I don't even like coming to court. I used to love this. I would die for what we do. I used to say, I'm dying. I would die. I couldn't choose a better profession. If I had litigated with Miss Love, I would.
Your Honor, could we strike the
No,
hominem
I'm
attack?
speaking.
Really, could we strike that?
Hey, everybody, calm down. Everybody, both of you, please be seated.
Brian discovered that Judge Glanville, along with members of the state, had a private meeting with Woody outside of the court, and Glanville demanded he tell him where he got that information.
And what I found out is that supposedly district attorney or district attorneys, investigators, sheriff deputies, Mr. Copeland and his counsel met together. None of the defense team, to my knowledge, was aware that this was going on.
Mr. Steele, can I interrupt you just a second? I'm kind of disturbed because that's ex parte. All that was an ex parte conversation. How did you find out about any of that?
Well, I'm disturbed too. And the reason
I'm asking you a question. How did you find out about it?
I'm going to ask you the question.
After Brian didn't budge, he was held in contempt of court and sentenced to 20 days in jail.
Tell me how you got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that.
I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you in contempt.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue.
You got 5 minutes?
This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my notes. No.
All right. Well, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And you can think about it. 5 o'clock today, we'll see where you are at that stand on that point. Because no, that's not what I understand the rule to be. I've not asked you sum and substance of what was said. I asked you how you got it.
You can't do that.
Yes, you can, because I have an idea how you got it.
But Thug's other lawyer had Brian's back.
And so I take the same position as Mr. Steele. I am asking for a mistrial. As he did previously, and I'm telling the court that I do not believe that we can proceed at this point based upon the information that we've received. And if Mr. Steele is going to be held in contempt, I have exactly the same position. I also do not.
Well, I asked him, so I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
So, but I'll leave it at that.
The Supreme Court later found Brian not guilty and cleared him of all his charges. This led to him finally writing the motion to get the judge removed from this trial. And even though it was clear as day that Glanville was very biased against Thug's lawyer, he did kind of snap back at the state in a playful manner after she asked him a question.
Your Honor, did juror number 39...
Yo, would you stay out of my business, Miss Love?
Oh, well.
Stay out of my business.
Judge,
look,
I'm sorry.
I've been doing this a long time. Yes, I have, yes. And if you really must know, she's going to reschedule her appointment to the week of the King holiday. You happy? No, you're not happy. But anyways, that's the explanation you're going to get. I'm on top of it.
And after Judge Glanville was removed from the case, another lawyer on the defense team discovered another secret meeting Glanville had with prosecutors, and he went off.
By the way, there was another ex parte meeting that occurred on June 7th. People have been saying to me throughout this whole trial, why does Judge Glanville have it out for you? And it never made sense. Why did Judge Glanville, when you did nothing wrong, try to throw you in jail? Accuse you of cussing him out in open court when you didn't do anything? Why does he cut you off at every opportunity? Why did he try to throw Brian Steele in jail for 20 days? And I didn't have an answer. This is not okay. And it's not your fault, Judge. I'm not trying to raise my voice at you. I'm heated right now.
I can tell.
My steam's been coming off my bald head all night.
And when the new judge, Judge Whitaker, took over, she didn't come to play. Whitaker immediately set some things straight. She said they will be starting on time, unlike Glanville did.
Yes, we do start back with the jury. I'm thinking 8:45 to 6. And when I say 8:45, I mean 8:45.
And she also said Thug and others were trying to turn court into a fashion show and asked them to limit themselves to 5.
The clothing for the clients has gotten a little out of hand in terms of how much they all have now. Y'all need to maybe get together and let's exchange most of that. Even if they had a different outfit every day, that would only be 5 outfits, okay? We shouldn't have 20 different outfits for anybody. So y'all need to clear out, apparently, the closet.
She even acknowledged Glanville's temper, saying moving forward, she hopes everyone can remain professional.
The little bit I have seen about this case, it definitely has appeared that tempers have flared a whole lot and that people have been maybe less than professional. But I would like for us to maintain a degree of decorum and dignity and professionalism. That is what is really expected of all of us as members of the bar.
And State Prosecutor Miss Love had just been out of control this entire trial. One day, she tried to bring in last-minute evidence after the judge repeatedly told her not to, and she just threw a tantrum.
Judge, Mr. Sharp can get in and have our evidence excluded every day that he makes an objection
No.
at midnight, and then comes in and says...
Well, then you all should have gotten your stuff together before then. Some of our juries, please. Some of our juries. Have a seat, madam. Have a seat. You better exclude it, and next time, make sure you're prepared. I'm not gonna have any more discussion about this, madam. I'm not.
Punishes the state because the defense...
I'm not punishing anybody, but but prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Be prepared, Judge. That's why I sent them what I sent them last week. A whole week and a half ago, 2 weeks, Your Honor.
I'm not, well...
And I have said I would like to discuss...
Our jury's coming in, madam. Our jury's coming in. Have a seat.
And after the defense found out that she met with one of the witnesses outside of court, they even threatened to report her to the state bar.
And I can tell Ms. Love that I am going to the state bar to report her for contacting a witness that she knows to be represented by counsel. She and I have had conversations about Kenneth Copeland.
And another reason why many people aren't fond of Miss Love is because she kept interrupting the defense team after being warned time and time again.
I am going to ask the court to admonish and take action against Ms. Love, because I sat here for a year, it feels like, being interrupted on every quality, proper statement.
Your Honor, I'm going to object.
Let me finish, man.
You have to.
And I'm going to object to being spoken to by Mr. Steele in a condescending manner on the record.
Let him finish, and then I'll let you respond, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let him finish.
But this behavior from Miss Love continued throughout the entire trial.
In your experience, when an artist puts out music, do they normally put it out to the public for public consumption?
Folks, cannot talk at the same time. Ms. Love, wait till he finishes the question, and then I'll make a ruling, okay?
As you were looking at and pulling these videos for Young Thug, did you pull other...
He hasn't finished yet, Ms. Love. If you do that again, we're gonna have some problems.
Doug Weinstein even acknowledged how much Miss Love interrupts and said she can talk the ears off a donkey.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop so that opposing counsel can speak.
Doug was going at Miss Love the entire trial, though. He even threw some shade at her after she kept yelling at the previous witness.
I'm Doug Weinstein, and I am Diamante Kendrick's attorney.
Yes, sir.
If I speak to you in a normal speaking voice, can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
I don't need to yell or shout.
You do not.
Okay.
And Miss Love tried interrupting another lawyer, but he shut it down quickly.
Mr. Kokomo, would you play at 4 minutes, 30 seconds? Hold on, Miss Love. Would you play at 4 minutes and 30 seconds and then the 10-second clip plays and then we move on to another subject?
No.
Or are we, Miss Love, I'm asking the judge a question, okay?
Yeah, he is.
She even tried to interrupt the judge while she was scolding her.
Miss Love, I think one thing that, no, you need to listen. I think that one thing that needs to happen is when an objection is made and you are given an opportunity to respond and I make a ruling, that you then need to obey what my order is instead of continuing to argue.
But this still wasn't enough. Miss Love just kept on doing her.
I'm rejecting it. She wants to testify, then that's fine.
Don't talk while somebody else is talking. But let him finish. Let me rule. Then you can go ahead.
But despite Miss Love being the most interruptive during the trial, she wasn't the only one doing it.
We don't believe.
Hey, no, sir, Mr. Harvey. Stop right now. Stop right now. Stop
right now. Mr. Harvey, sit down. I am not going to have you interrupt court. You may object in just a moment.
Judge Whitaker wasn't there to get her time wasted. She got onto Miss Love many times, telling her to hurry up with her witness testimonies.
Overruled, but let's keep in mind that we're on redirect at this point. Ask if whatever the necessary few questions are, and let's be done with this witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
After Miss Love failed to get some of her witnesses to show up to court, Judge Whitaker was pretty frustrated.
How long is your next witness going to be?
I'm trying to see how fast they can actually be here.
So you don't have another witness here and ready to go, even though I have said over and over and over and over again to have your next witness ready to go?
Our best efforts have been made to make that happen.
And at the end of the day, the judge came back and let Miss Love know that she was serious.
Miss Love, that needs to be the absolute last time that you don't have enough witnesses to carry us at least until 5. And if it happens again and there is something less than an earthquake, an 8-car pileup, somebody died, 3 people died, and so none of the witnesses were available, I may just say you can't have that witness, because at this point in this incredibly long trial, to have to end at 4:25 is not a good use of anybody's time. Do you understand?
I do.
All right. And frankly, it doesn't matter if you have a particular witness. What you have been instructed is to have enough witnesses to fill the day. Okay? So if one witness is difficult, then you need to have another one lined up.
Judge Whitaker is tired of Miss Love at this point. She told her to stop arguing every little thing the defense says.
Not argue every single thing to the nth degree. I've already said I'm giving it. I mean, I can grant a mistrial if you prefer.
Oh, no.
Okay, then maybe stop arguing at this point.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
She even replied with sassy remarks after the state violated a court order.
Well, we had done that before the court ordered us to.
I know, but then I ordered you to, so did you do it again?
Okay, so.
Because I ordered you to.
We have not inquired a second time, and I apologize to the court. We're going to do it again. I will do it.
I pretty clearly told you to do it again.
That's what he's reminding me.
Yeah, well, Mr. Atkins, you could have done it.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll go make a phone call now.
But that wasn't the only time she came back with those types of remarks.
I'm gonna hope that we don't end up calling another attorney to.
Judge, I didn't want to call the first one.
I didn't really go that well for you ultimately.
We'll see. We'll see.
Miss Love thought she was slick though. She noticed that Judge Whitaker had a policy of not allowing cameras to show bench conferences, so she took advantage of it. She really hates the cameras, and you can just tell by the way she looks back so evilly after asking for a bench conference.
May we approach at the bench with a member of the defense? So.
Sure.
But eventually the judge caught on to what she was doing and shut it down.
Conferences are never recorded, so this is a bench conference. Well, honestly, it's not, because it's just an evidentiary issue, right? Yes, so yeah, that's fine.
Miss Love even tried to get Woody's lawyer to leak their private conversations, and he wasn't going for it.
You assure Mr. Copeland.
I'm not going to talk about anything I said to Mr. Copeland, period. I'm not going to talk about anything that I said to Mr. Copeland.
Okay.
And make sure to watch this video before you leave.